Once again, it's a Monday morning and here I am with this BSA A65 engine out of the bike that came here to have the carburetors balanced and the ignition timing checked. Anyway, we all know about what happened in between then and now, and it's all back together with the Ford 5000 tractor small end bush doing the job of being a timing side bush. And I've got my shimming sorted out on the crank now. I couldn't use a shim cup that I bought with shims because the shim cup was made of too thick a material and was thicker than the clearance I needed to take up in the first place. So I've used a shim alone, and I measured. I wasn't quite sure it was going to be okay. I think the shim I used was about 14 or 14 and a half thou thick, and the end float I thought I wanted to take up was 18 thou, going by when I had the cases clamped together with 3 G-clamps. However, in the past I'd done that and set a clearance end float using the G-clamps and checking the end float, only to find that when I bolted the cases together it actually went tight. So I decided to spend the extra time this time around and actually bolt the crankcases together, and sure enough, some of the surplus, or 4 thou or so, that I had has been taken up, and I've now got, I'm going to lever the crank like this, hopefully we can see that, I've got 2 thousandths of an inch. Now the recommended clearance is 1.5 to 3 thousandths of an inch, so I'm right slap in the middle of that, the recommended figures. So that's good enough for me, and what I'm going to do now is separate the crankcases and apply the gasket sealant to the joint faces, and then finally I'm going to bolt them together for keeps. But as well as only having that 2 thousandths of an inch end float, I've also got the camshaft spinning nice and freely there, no binding, and the crankshaft as well is also spinning easily, and that's with virtually no clearance between the timing side journal and the timing side bush, which is, they've both been machined to exactly match one another. So I'm expecting very smooth running and good oil pressure, and hopefully a long life from this engine from now on. But I'm going to separate the cases again and apply the gasket sealant, and then that'll be the bottom end taken care of, and I can focus on getting some cylinder barrels that will do the job for it, and move this project on a little bit fairly soon, I hope.